it has morphed into a situation where the primary driven force is to grow and to succeed, to create profits, and not to create health. So you have whole industries. I mean, the food industry is number 2 and number 3 largest in the world. Huge companies that have billions and billions of dollars invested into them to increase those profits, to increase the taste. We talked about it during our live when we talked about health and food, like you're poisoning yourself. Fast food, companies like Coca-Cola having meetings in one of their strategic meetings talking about how can we get more stomach share of our customers. I mean, it's not bringing nutrition and health, but it's how can we get more stomach share, even if it's not nutritious anymore. So to increase the flavor, to enhance the color of it, to extend its life, you have to be careful. You have to learn to read the back of the ingredients of those products to make sure that what's going into your body is not creating a toxic environment. Sorry, honey, it was a very long paragraph.
No, I'm just thinking, with all of those things, there's a lot of things we cannot control, like just like the baby born and already having been exposed to so many toxins. I think sometimes we just think, oh, there's nothing we can do, and it's just too overwhelming. But I think the encouraging thing is in this book, where did you say what book were you saying? The 7 Pillars of Health by Dr. Don Colbert. Anyways, what he says is that there are things that we can do that can really make a change. And I think of that bucket, and we can make the difference between it tipping. Our body can deal with a lot of things. It's amazing how God created us. But so I like to be the positive one and share, like, what can we do?
We're going to give a few tips.
Practical things. We can start by eating more living foods. Cesar just talked about the industry and processed foods. What we can choose organic foods, living foods. And I know that some people are concerned about I can't buy everything organic, so what do I do? And some good advice is to start with the meats that you buy, because animals are eating things, if it's not organic what they're eating, then they're already toxic from the inside out. Whereas if you buy a vegetable that you can peel, that you can wash, then you're getting fewer toxins from that. So start with your meats, start with your dairy products, and then vegetables. There's even a list, and maybe I can find this and add it later, but there's a list of what vegetables and fruits are the most toxic, the ones that if you're going to buy organic, make sure you buy these organic first, if you can't buy everything organic, and that's really helpful.
You were talking about the supermarket. Where should you shop when you go to the supermarket?
Shop on the outside, not the inside lanes.
Why?
Because that's where the natural, the products you really need are. If you need your produce, and you need your meats, you need your we don't even get milk anymore. I've been doing organic almond milk for a while now, and all my kids have gotten used to the taste, and they don't say anything. But that's where you find those foods. But you stay out of the aisles with all the cookies and processed foods. I mean, they're really not the most important. So most of your shopping should be on the outside aisles. That way, sometimes people are like, well, I can't afford it. I'm not going to get the organic fruits because they're more expensive. And I just think in my mind, I'm not going to get, I don't buy those all the time, but it's a treat. And if you get thinking, I'm going to buy my family a treat or my child a treat, I'm going to go get them some cookies. Why not buy some red raspberries that are organic? Why not buy some fruit that you don't normally get? I know that that's something that my kids really enjoy. Wow, you got raspberries, So there are other ways to treat each other.
And I remember one book that we read said, you never found a toddler by himself or herself shopping at the grocery store. Everything that your kids eat, my kids will eat junk only because you got them used to it. So don't buy it.
Yeah, and there's enough opportunities for our kids to eat junk outside of our home. I know, that's why we don't do 100%, but if you try to control what you're doing at home, then maybe you have 80% control. Because no, I know that they're going to go and get snack time somewhere. Somebody's going to give them candy. It happens all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, we're just talking about the ability of your body to heal itself. It's unbelievable. We're not saying you're gonna have to live a perfect life, only eating perfectly. No, we
Give
poor
your
days
body
sometimes.
a chance. Right?
Exactly.
You already got all these other things against you, all these chemicals in the air and in food. So make wise choices, and choosing organic foods as much as you can is a great choice.
So this is one of our boys right here, Jaden. Come here, Jaden. Come between us real quick. He's 13 years old, and Jaden fell off. You fell off your bike, right, Jaden? How many weeks ago? Like 3 weeks ago or something like that. He scraped himself really bad on the elbow. I mean, I felt like, is that the bone or what? Really bad on his knee too. And can you show us your elbow? I mean, it's incredible how
New skin.
How the body just healed itself, obviously in a good environment. That shows your knee. I mean, it's just amazing. Does it hurt? No, right? It's just amazing. Thank you, Jenny. It's amazing how your body can heal itself, how God made each cell to be able to reproduce itself and just give life.
Yeah, we've talked about water, drinking lots of good, pure water. That's the next thing that you can do, because you are going to get toxins in your body, but the more water that you drink, the better. I mean, you should be drinking at least half of your body weight in ounces of water.
And we talked about just this one subject and another one. If you go to our YouTube channel under playlists, there's one called Health, and you can find, you're going to learn more about specifically water.
Yeah, so choose filtered water over tap water.
Yeah. Number 3, breathe clean air. What about that? Tell us about it.
Yeah, we talked about this in another show too, that they did studies, and just taking a walk in a forest or a wooded area, how much that made a difference for, like, I forget how many days later, there were still benefits from breathing the air there. So try to get away. I mean, maybe you live in a busy city, but you can go on the weekends or in the evening, you can drive a little ways and get out into nature and breathe fresh air.
Yeah. Then we have,
Oh, and this one too, if you like to run or walk even, choose places where there's not a lot